Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jewel. We are going to start on a desk set tutorial series. Those of you that have been with me a while, you've seen my desk sets. My desk sets are loaded file folders. You use one of these manila folders with a variety of pockets and flips and places to put receipts and all kinds of things. And they also have a matching journal that goes in the main part for note keeping. And these are meant to sit on a desk. So, you know, kind of like, that's what I call them. So I started creating these a couple years ago, and I made a variety of different kinds. Bree, sit down. My chihuahua's over here licking the lotion off my arms, for Pete's sakes. Okay, so I have a brand new template that I kind of came up with, and I'm going to go over that in a minute. So this is going to be a multi-part project, and I'm going to be using the Shabby Roses kit for the majority of it from Seneca Pond Crafts. And so I'm collaborating with her now, and this will be my first design team project for her. She's got some beautiful digitals over there. So I just wanted to show you some of the papers. Now these papers are going to be part of the main journal, but we're also going to use them on the cover, and then we're going to use some of the elements in the pockets and to make pockets. But I wanted to show you, now these have been printed on a matte presentation paper, and I wanted to show you, I'm quickly going to go through that one. I didn't print on the back, so I'll probably, let me put that over there. Most of these I print on both sides, and what I liked about her paper is she's got the plain and then she's got the well printed, so that, but you could still write up in here, but these would make beautiful places to post photos or, you know, whatever. So quickly just going through some of these pages, and then I'm going to show you the difference in when you print on matte presentation or photo quality paper as opposed to the plain printer paper. This is plain printer paper here, and you can see the difference in the color and the vividness. So I always use the presentation paper, even though it's quite a bit more costlier, but it really makes a difference in your digitals. But if you don't, you know, you can still, it's still pretty. So you don't have to, but you know, I sell my journals and stuff, so that's why I do it. Bree, stop. She's over here. Okay, so, oh, there's some beautiful tags, and I just wanted to show you. I've got some more of these papers that I just printed off to wrap the whole thing in. So with that, let me put these aside, and we're going to figure this out. Now, I came up with this template quite like several months ago, and I was doing other projects, so I didn't finish this. So I'm going to have to look at this to recreate it to show you how I made it. Now, these are going to be little doors, and I'm going to have, what I'll probably do, guys, is make all of the parts of the video, and I'll work my way backwards. I'll show you the completed project, and then I will work my way backwards. So you will have seen the finished project by the time before this first video. So you can see these are going to be little doors that open up, and then this is going to open up, and these are going to be areas here. I haven't decided what, I didn't mark this, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do over here yet. I've decided I'm going to have some writing paper, paper pads here, and there will be a pocket here. And these little doohickeys flip down. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on these yet, but I kind of like the way that looks. So then this is going to open, and then this is going to open again, and this is all just done with one of these manila folders, but the label part is in the middle, and I only had one left of that, so I hope I don't screw up on that one. The other folders I have the, you know, this part over on the side. So, and I didn't want that. I wanted that in the middle. Okay, then I decided I'm going to do a pocket here and on the top, and in it we'll probably put a large journaling card. And then these are going to be tag pockets in here. So these will be secured down when I'm finished with them. And a tag pocket. And then I'm going to probably do another pocket here. And then another pocket here. So with that, let me show you how I came up with this. And then we'll start it. And then we'll start covering it with the pretty papers. Okay, so the first thing I did is I found the middle of this, and I think some of these folders come in different sizes. Mine is 11 and 5/8 inches. So you can do it one of two ways. I just take my centering ruler and I went right up here and I found the center. But you, depending, because all of these are a little bit different. So you're gonna find your center, however you have to do it, measure it in. And I wanted to find my center so I could fold in the sides to see where the doors are. And all I simply did was just fold these over. Now you can come in and get more technical and measure this and then go and score it. So I folded in each side so they would meet right in the middle, okay? And then I just burnished it good with my bone folder because we're going to cut this now. So what I did, as you can see, is basically this is open on the side, so I have to come and cut the bottom first just to this point. This is going to remain closed, and then we're going to cut this part here. So however you want to do that, if you want to lay it over on your folder or just over on your cutter, or just use some scissors. I'm just going to use some scissors. So that's the first thing. So let's just cut that. Okay, and I'm going to do the other side the same thing. So we're going to cut that. All right, now, then we have this open here, so then you're starting to see the doors. Okay, so with that, let me see what I did. So that's it, basically, that's cut. That's the only cutting you're gonna need to do. Okay, so then I'm looking here, and then I folded, no, we're gonna have to cut up here at the bottom too, from the bottom up. From the looks of things, yes. Okay, so this, we've cut this here, and then I rounded it, and we'll do that in a minute. So I've cut that, and then I have to come in, and I'm going to cut this up to the, well, let me tell you how far up. It's not a fold up there. I folded it, but that's 2 3/4 inches. I measured it right there, or 2 3/4 inches. So let me just measure this 2 3/4 inches. And I'll go over this again in a second, guys. So let me just make a little, let me go right on the seam here. Just make a little mark so I know I'm going to cut it right up to there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Oops, yeah, measure 2 3/4. Okay, now we're going to cut up just to, let me see, let me go over just a tad bit more here. There we go. And I can get my scissors in and just cut as, well, I'm a little off of that seam, but that's okay. This is going to be covered with paper. I'm actually going to use that one. Here, let me just get this over a little bit more. So I'm just going a little past that fold, and then right up that fold. Okay, so then from there, what I did is I folded this up, and this is going to make the pocket. Okay, so we'll go over this again in a second. Since I'm looking at my prototype to figure out what I did, so I know I might be a little confused sounding because I'm trying to figure it out as I go. Okay, so then I rounded these corners. So you can do that or you don't have to. I rounded them so they wouldn't get caught up as you folded the fold. So I just took my little roundy deal here, and now this, I might want to just even that out. No, it's not quite even, but you get the gist. Okay, well, close enough. Then what I did is I folded these little corners up here just to meet that. And that's not necessary. I just like the way it kind of looked from the front. So that would be a little bit more even if I took my time, but, and then folded that up there and then burnished that good. So now we have this. Now I'm thinking I might come in and trim this top here so we can see more of this tab. I'm thinking. Okay, so what I did, we'll go over this real quick. Get to the middle, okay? Find your middle point of your folder, whatever size it is. Let me undo all of this, okay? Fold in each side to meet the middle because those are going to be your doors. Then you have to come in and you have to cut along the seam here on each side, and then you're going to fold this up. I'm sorry. And then you're going to have to cut up to however big you want your pocket. I did 2 3/4 inches. And what did I tell you? The size of this file folder is 9.5. So, you know, whatever your folders are, they all vary a little bit. And then I just came in and folded this up. So it looked kind of, you know, when you look at it, it kind of looks maybe a little bit more complex than it is. It's really not. It's quite simple. So then these will fold in like that, and then this folds in like that. Okay, that way we have all of these surfaces we're going to cover. Okay, with that, I'm just looking at this and thinking if I want to cut this part down a little bit, I could do an angle. Let me see what that looks like and see if I like the look of that. I would have to do both of these. Let me see. Let me just do a little figuring this out as I go, guys, because I kind of want to see more of the tab up here because I'm going to be decorating that. All right, let me just let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that better. So I think we're going to do that. So try to find, you know, your angles might not be quite right. I'm not too concerned about that. I just know I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to go up. And I'm going to do that with the other one as well. And you can get more precise with your angles if you want. Look, that's fairly close. I might come in and just angle that a little bit better. Let me do it on this one. This is the one we're going to be using. So to get more precise, I think I'm just going to go ahead and angle. I'm going to angle it right at this little notch here, and I'm going to angle it right up to the corner. So then I'll do the same thing on this side. And they will come out the same, okay? Let me look at that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, then I'll take these two together. All right, so what you're going to do, if you want that angled as opposed to straight across here, then take both parts of the flip and hold them together and then just trim along that angle. See, so then we have that, and it kind of mimics the bottom. So, okay, I like that. It's an idea. Oops, this one's going to be a little bit off, I think. Let me see. Yeah, pretty close. And then we'll ink that before we put the paper. Well, I might wrap the paper. I haven't decided how to do that yet. But I'm going to stand up and take a look at this camera and make sure I've been in frame and I'm in a good spot and I'm not too close to my camera. Sometimes, or too close to my project. Sometimes I get too close, and when I look back at the project, I realize it's not the best. So let me put this pencil away. Okay, I came in and I did ink all the way around. And, you know, if you want to do that, you can do that. Now I'm going to pick some papers that I want to cover the top with. And we're just going to cover the entire folder. And that will be our base to continue to build on, where we can, you know, get the pockets and the layers. So I wanted to pick out one of the papers that wasn't too busy. Because it'll be basically our background paper. All right, let me move this aside. I like this. This is kind of good. Or this one. So we'll just start, and I think I'm going to go ahead and cover the back first. So let me just cover this, and this might be in a type of a collage really at this point in time, which is fine. All right, so I'm going to cut this paper, and we'll just start gluing it. I'm going to cut it in half again, and I might have to print out a little bit more. So we'll see. And I'll keep these in about 35 to 40 minute parts. Just so it's like, so you can kind of craft along with me. You know, if it's after work or whatever. I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to do the same thing with this. This one, yeah. For a minute I thought I had printed this on regular paper, but regular printer paper is fine. You know, especially if the project's for you. If you guys have any questions about which papers that I like, just put it in the comments section. Oh, I forgot to cut this in half. Now you can rip your papers. You don't have to use a paper cutter. Just take a ruler. Okay. Probably going to want to ink these. So I'm just going to start laying these on here. Okay, and then I'll come and I'll trim around them. So here, I'm just going to use some tacky glue for this. And I think what I'm going to do is flip this over. You could do this one or two ways. Let me just line it up. If I line it up like this, okay, let me see. I have to pull this up this way a little bit more. And then I can draw a line so I know I can go ahead and cut it and then lay it on there. Or I could trim around it. So this I'm just going to wrap around, I think, right here. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to wrap this around like that, because this is all going to get covered anyways. So let me go ahead and do that now, and I'll put my glue here. However you want to put your paper, you know, lay your paper on here is fine. That's why sometimes collage is fun. You can even do fabric on this. You know, you don't have to use paper, but... And then I'll flip that back over and glue the rest of this. And I'll probably end up coming in and sewing this. Probably should have done this part first. Usually, the last couple of desk sets I've made, I made the whole thing in one paper, and then I came back and did the tutorial series and I made a second one, but with different papers. So this one I'm doing different. So I'm kind of just going backwards with this one. Okay, so there's that. And then kind of like this, and we're gonna have to put something up here as well. So do I want that, or do I want to add in this color here? I think I'm just gonna do all of the red back here. Let me see what else I've got. This is pretty. What other paper I have? Ooh, here I see something. This is pretty. Okay, let me trim this. We'll use some of this. And you can mix, you know, you can mix your paper, your colors. It's I think I'll use one of these in the middle, right here. And I think I'll just go right up over top of that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put glue all over this, and then I'll wrap it over the top. So it'll give it like a little collage look. But then again, remember, we're gonna be putting pockets, and so this is just your base paper. A lot of it's gonna end up being covered, and there, that way I covered, oops, covered that little flap there. Okay. And we need some over here. And there again, I can wrap that right around the side. So, but I'm gonna glue it here first. Let me just see something. And then I'll do this way. Fold this out. That would have been easier. Just fold this right out here. Okay, I got that. And then we can just fold it right over. Let me see. If I fold this down, let me see what that'll look like. If I fold this down and then fold this over, that's fine. because we're going to be covering this. I'll cover this over here. I'm not too concerned. So I kind of like it wrapped around like that. Though I'm thinking this one I didn't. Let me see if you can. So maybe I will just cut that off. Now I'll keep this fold, I think, here. And then I'll cut this. I'm just going to do this right here. And then we'll go back to the back and finish that. Here, let me do this way. Okay. I'll just glue this little piece down. So I have a little rough edge. I like that. I don't know why this, I think I need to thin this glue with some water. It's a little thick. All right, now we'll go back to the back. See, now I can cut around this. I think I'm going to cut around that right there. And if I can get in there, actually, I think I'll just cut this. And because this will be covered as well, so let me get in here. And it's kind of awkward. Okay, now we'll flip it back around here. Let me just get my roller. See a little glue. Now I gotta cover this bottom part, so let me see what else I got. That's that. This. Let me see. This. Pretty. I'm thinking, are we gonna put a pocket on the back of this? I think we might be putting a pocket on the back of this right here. I didn't think about the back. I usually put pockets on the front and the back of my desk sets. So maybe I won't cover this. Maybe we'll just come in and make a pocket here. But I do have to cover these little corners. So I'll take a piece of this, I think. So this is going to be folded over this way. Let me figure this out. Okay, let me fold this back over. Yeah. And this, whoops, so this is going to be a door right here. So I'm thinking, do I want to make a little pocket here on the front? I don't think I'm going to put pockets on the front. So I just need to do a little collage piece here. So I'm going to wait and see what I have left over to cover this little section. Let's go ahead and cover the insides. I kind of like the blues I have over here, this tealy color blue. So I think I'll go ahead and just start covering this. And you know what, let me pop this right down and we'll cover it this way. So, and actually I could lay my papers this way. Yeah, I think I'll just lay my papers this way. No, I think I'll do it this way, like the back. All right, so I'm going to bring it all the way up here and then again trim around it. Because I'm kind of just using what I could have gone and printed out a couple more of the papers, but I'm going to use what I have here right now, so I don't have to stop and come back and make a second part. I'm trying to cover as most of this I can in this video. I'm just going to bring that right to the edge. trying to cover the tab up here. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll trim around it after. I'm trying to see what else I have. I might do this one in the middle. Just gonna rip it. Okay, so I think we'll do this one here. It's pretty. And then I'll use this one over here. We're gonna be having the paper pad. Yeah, the paper pads are gonna be, now I forget. I should have written it on the other one. I'll have to go back and look at my video where I'm gonna put the paper pads. Okay, so we're gonna add that here. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and glue up here as opposed to I know I've had some of my subscribers that watched some of the other desk set tutorials that actually made some. One had made one to give away or to gift at a wedding or for her sister or something. And to put all the photos and put, you know, different things from the wedding in it. And it was the bee theme. I think it was the bee theme because the wedding was like a bee theme. Or was it a baby shower or a wedding? I don't remember. But I thought that sounded fun. They make great gifts too. I know it looks like this is a big mess right now, but when we're done, everything comes together. Okay, so right here, I'll just come in and rip that off the edge after. Especially when you stuff them full of ephemera and stuff like that. But, you know, receipts, bookkeeping things, all of that. And then the little journal can be used for note-taking. Or you can use the whole thing like a journal just for creating it and whatnot. So, all right. Now let's just quickly trim this up. It's kind of like awkward. It's the big long thing here on my desk. Try to get it as neat as possible. Here, I'll just go down this way. Oops, kind of cutting a little of the file folder there, but that's okay. Keep these for using scraps or somewhere in the set. All right. Okay, so what else do we need to cover? This is going to be up here. So I really didn't need to cover this whole section, did I? But that's okay. So when you can look down there, you can see it. All right, so now we're going to have to cover... I'm thinking these are going to stay up, so I'm not going to cover underneath there. I'll probably just ink this area right here. So now we have to cover these two, and this area. So I think in order to do that, I'm gonna flip these down like this. Okay, and then let me look at the time, and then I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna cover this way. Okay, so that way it's not little sections and all of that. Take my papers, and we got 35 minutes, so I think I'm gonna use these in here. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna have to print. I'm gonna have to print a couple more papers because I printed on both sides of, oops, I think I have this one here yet, and I have this one here. So I'm gonna try to make use of those. And then I might have to print out. Now, okay, so this is something else. I'm going to be putting a pocket here, so I'll probably only bring paper, instead of bringing paper all the way to the bottom here, just to here, because then I'm going to be adding a pocket over the top. So think through it when you cover your folder to, you know, to begin. So I think I'm going to use these, and then try to use these as well, so that way I don't have to print more. So I'll probably use these. Well, this is flipped up, so this is going to have to be here. Oh, that's right. All right, this is the way you're going to have to do it. So you're going to cover this first, okay? Then you are going to flip this over, fold these down, and cover these next. Okay, that way you're not having to just put a little piece here and then have it. That way it's more uniform. Okay, so next time you see me, this will be covered, and then we can begin the real project, if you know what I mean. And that's the fun stuff, adding the pockets and all the fun things that we're gonna put on it. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.